This is my first video and first major day of playing this game since Synthesis came out. And I'm happy to report that so far I haven't had that many glitches that other people reported. A lot of the stuff is still a little bit wonky from Beyond, I won't lie. But overall, I've been having a pretty good experience so far, overall. Synthesis was kind of a unexpected update, but I am glad it happened. Anyhow, the reason why I'm doing this video today is that I am going to be experimenting with the new Starship modification menu on one of my favorite ships of all time. This ship I've had, for those of you familiar with my videos, I've had the MS Valkyrie since before Foundations came out, about 2 or 3 days before Foundations came out. It was a C class, of course, because all legacy classes are C class. 36 slot, 0 slot technology ship, because the ship existed before technology slots. But I'm going to see how far I can upgrade this ship without spending too much money, and see what all I can work with this here. Now, from what I saw, hey look, it's my starship. Or my starfighter that I have. I got it here. But anyhow, I saw the stock upgrades for it. With certain ships, you can get an expansion for it. Certain starship modules that you purchase in this menu cost higher than others, as you'll see here shortly. And we'll just get down to it. We'll go over the starship outfitting thing. I like how it has the detailed breakdown of all the bits of your ship that you can put in on here. That looks kind of cool. Despite the fact it's kind of glitchy, because you can see the shield from my ball hauler separate from the actual balls themselves. But I like the technical breakdown. I think that Hello Games will eventually expand this so that it's a little bit more detailed, so we can take apart different parts of our ship and then put them back together, which would be kind of cool. But you see the foundation, if you will, of what will eventually be a more fleshed out version of this. But for right now, we have this menu here. Gives you the option here that says drones deployed to target Starship, MS Valkyrie, TSFR, ODF. Available operations, upgrade class and or storage, or melt into scrap. I don't want to do that, because that is a pittance compared to the upgrades that you actually get. This may be worth it for players early on that get like crash ships that they don't want to repair. I could see why some people would do the claim scrap. I ain't going to, though I would be interested to see what all that does. Like, is there going to be like a giant turbo laser that fires on the ship whenever you destroy it? That would be kind of cool. But let's go to where to find upgrades. Use this outfitting station to increase the size of the Starship inventory or improve its base stats by upgrading its class. Upgrade specific functions such as weapons or engines can be purchased from technology merchants, which is stuff that most of us should know. Drones deployed to target. Okay, back to the main menu. Let's go to upgrade Starship. Augment inventory storage or improve Starship class. Improve storage for free with storage augmentation units. Alright. So, what we have here is just the base stock menu. You can, for right now, improve your storage on certain ships and upgrade their class. Now, I saw from a leaked breakdown from one of the guys on the Amino that said that the A class to S class upgrade is 75,000 nanites, which is huge. I only have about maybe 8,000 nanites on me right now. I can't even do the C to B class adjustment on the Valkyrie. But what I can do is purchase storage, and now it's for 18 million units. Now, I'm not sure how viable this will be for most ship builds, to be honest with you. And I'm pretty sure that the actual augmentation for these storage units should only be for ships that you really, really like. Exotic ships, for instance, squid ships. I've had this ship for a while, so I want to kind of make it on par with the other haulers that I have. So I can see maybe why you'd want to do this. but I don't see this being viable for a lot of different ship builds, as you're about to see. So I'm going to go ahead and give my ship its maximum slots. We're up to 19 million. 20 million. And you're just going to watch my units just drop exponentially here. And it increases by an increment of 1 million each, as you see here. Alright, so my general slots, that's a glitch. I don't want the phase beams like that. This here is already maxed out. I don't think that is the overall max that you can get on this ship. At least I don't think it is. It doesn't seem like I upgraded to 48 slots, considering I had 36. But it gives you the option here to do technology slots. And again, like I was saying earlier, this ship does not have technology slots because it's a legacy ship. So I'm going to try to see if I can upgrade technology slots. I'm not sure what the maximum for this is when it comes to adding technology slots onto ships. I know that certain Explorer and Shuttle classes can have like 10 or 12 slots maximum. Haulers can have 8. And Shuttles, I believe, are also limited at 8. But let's try to do this and see what we can come up with. Purchase storage. Purchase storage. Okay, so what we have here, I'm hoping is a glitch, but I'm gonna refresh that because I just poured 50 million units into nothing. But because my ship either is so old or because it didn't have technology slots back when the game first came out, or back when I first got this ship before the updates came out, I should say, I can't upgrade technology slots, which is a shame, because I really want to make this ship on par with my other haulers, because I love this ship, but it doesn't look like for right now I'll be able to do that, which sucks, but I'll get back to that. But yeah, let's go over to my ship again. And yeah, I only have 42 slots on it. This may be a limitation to the overall the ship size. For those of you that follow the Gamepedia articles or the Zane's World Twitter feed, this may just be a limitation to the size of the ship that I have here. Which I hope isn't, because if it is, that could spell doom for expanding, like, exotic ships, for example. Now, I have seen on the Amina where other people have, in fact, upgraded their exotic ships to maximum slot. Ship of 48, I believe. But I've kind of hit a wall with this one here. Well, it's only at 42 slots versus 48. I don't know whether or not that'd actually be worth it with keeping this ship like that. If whether or not I should just forego making this S-Class and go for another S-Class that I know the location of. But I kind of like this ship just merely on the basis of nostalgia. I've had this ship for ages. It's one of the coolest ships I found pre-Pathfinder and pre-Foundations that I absolutely loved. So, I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section, either on Amino or on YouTube here. But for now, I'm going to leave it off as this. There's a couple of different resources on the Nexus that they've added. For one, they've added a, what do they call it? The Pulse Engine modification. They have a A-Class and S-Class. I'm assuming that the A-Class... Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm assuming the A-Class is to replace the Photonics core that most people have. That started out early on. Like mine here. it may be a better upgrade. I haven't really seen it. They also have an S-Class version of it, which, from what I read, apparently whenever you're like going into the atmosphere, it recharges the pulse engine, which sounds awesome. Kind of how the S-Class launch thruster has the ability to regenerate like a solar power bank. So whenever you're on the surface of a planet during the day, it recharges your launch thruster, which is really cool. Something I would like to see, and maybe Hello Games can humor me on this, is since our exosuits have cargo slots, why can't our ships? Or why can't our freighters? And furthermore, why are we limited to only hyperdrive thruster technology on our freighters? We should have like weapon emplacements or something like that to attach to there to make it more viable. And maybe in the future we can make it so that we could actually have extended space battles on freighters. Kind of like siege battles, if you will, with like rogue sentinel space stations. That would be kind of awesome. But my theory with the whole cargo slots, going back to it, I don't want to get distracted here, but our cargo slots for ships should be able to be found like drop pods for exosuits. You go to like a crashed freighter or a crashed ship, and it gives you the option to purchase one or rebuild part of the ship in theory to add on to your ship. It should be kind of cool. Hey buddy, what's up? I have myself a Gek, a Viking, and a Traveler walking to a bar. I just noticed that and had a comment on it. But anyhow, I think it'd be kind of cool if you could expand the slots kind of like you would with your exosuit. And I kind of wish it would be more limitless when it came to that. Maybe even have it so there's a way to expand these slots here. I mean, I know that most of the technology I need for my exosuit is basically in here. I have my max shields. I'm one away from max exosuit. I have max life support, and I actually have another stack of life support upgrades somewhere here. Yeah, right here. But it would be interesting to see, you know, an extra stack. Maybe have 6 mods on there. I don't really need it in normal mode, but I think in survival or permadeath it might be a welcome addition. But likewise, I wish I could be able to add technology slots on here. And maybe add some extra cargo slots for resources. That may be overkill, considering you can stack so many of these resources now that you don't really need to have additional cargo slots. But let me know what you think. It'd be interesting to hear what your take is on the new synthesis upgrade. Synthesis update. And just your general thoughts on the game so far. I know a lot of people, like my friend DG Squared and Kirby, are kind of getting tired of some of the new updates that they had. Like DG lost all of his one-wing starfighters, which is horrible. You should be able to keep your ships the way they are for the duration that you have the ship. And Kirby, I didn't really read into his comments, but a lot of it's just quality of life stuff that No Man's Sky has either failed to address or is just ignoring right now for the purpose of making the game have more content. I would prefer quality of life updates at this point over serious expansion, if you know what I mean. I want to see like some of the glitches with the planets, of you landing on someone's planet in multiplayer and just falling to the earth. I want to see it disappear. I want to see the freighter builds, the interior freighters expanded to include more versatility when it comes to freighter building. Because back before Next came out, and back before Atlas Rises came out, well, actually Atlas Rises still had it, this is Next I'm thinking of, when they overhauled base building, I had a huge, an absolutely leviathan freighter build that was full of cuboid rooms. My main farm was on my freighter. I had a little tower on the inside of my freighter that was my captain's quarters, if you will. But it was my main base, and would still be my main base if it was still there, but it's not. And will they ever fix that? I don't know. I hope they do. But it's something you can hope for. Sean said that he will add more content in the game. It looks like he's still actively working on No Man's Sky. So Beyond isn't the last update like I feared it would be. Of course, Synthesis being out for a couple of days now has proven that they're still interested in making content for the game. And I hope that Sean takes the time to sit down, look at all of the critiques that the Twitter and Reddit communities have had, and put out some more decent quality of life updates. So this was a start. I just really wish that they focused more on bug fixing for certain users. I haven't experienced that many problems myself, besides the typical bugginess of multiplayer, among other things. That's why I play in Ambient. But, and maybe even also include maybe a fleshed out version of Zendesk, either in-game or on No Man's Sky's personal website. Because Zendesk is very complicated. I've tried putting in a hot ticket for it, but they want my username and my password sort of to try to get in to see my game and what it's doing. At least that was the experience I had last time I played it. I don't really want some third-party devs or just people working for Hello Games digging into my game to experiment bugs. You should be able just to be able to do that on your own side. But maybe include an incentive to have people find bugs. Maybe give them Quicksilver or nanites or something. Nanites especially would be great, considering right now to go from an A to an S class ship you need 75,000 nanites. So maybe actually having some people have incentives for Q&A testing would be something that they could add in. That's just my hot take. I'm not overly stressed out about the status of this game. I loved it. I've been playing it since 1.0, and I will continue to play as long as they support the game. But I know a lot of people were angry about it, and I really wish that Sean would focus more on just the slow line of updates instead of making a major update every like 2 or 3 times a year. Maybe focus on making it so that once a month there's hot patches that come out to address certain players' concerns. But I'm gonna stop talking now. I think I've been ranting long enough with this game. I just really wanted to put a video out, just explaining what I think about Synthesis and experimenting with my ship. It looks like I'm only gonna get 42 slots out of my Valkyrie, which is kind of sad. But that might be more of a limitation with the ship architecture more than anything. Maybe not all ships are deserve to be 48 slots. But let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And until again, guys, I'll check you later. This is Captain Admin signing out. Happy trails, travelers.